Hey, good morning, everybody from EPCOT. We are here today to go see the new Moana Journey of Water and have some lunch with some friends. But you know, the first thing that we always have to do when we come to EPCOT,
Ride Guardians.
gotta ride Guardians. We're in a unusual predicament. I'll explain more in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the greatest show on earth.
All right, so this morning I got up at 7 a.m. as usual to get our Guardians virtual queue, but I was quick on the trigger this morning, so it was group 14.
Yes.
At that time, it was telling me it was going to be around 10 a.m. before our group was called, but we showed up around a little before 10, and our group had already been called and expired. So when we got here, they were calling groups 28 through 35. So the question was, will they still honor our virtual queue even though our group was expired and probably been expired for quite a while? The answer to that is yes, they did. So I don't know what the time limit is, but just know if you're a little late, come on anyway. They're probably gonna let you in.
I was like, at least to ask. I mean, you know, because what can they say? No? Well, it's already no. So.
Off of Guardians, which was great as always. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, today we're here for a preview of Moana Journey of Water. I haven't heard much. I know a couple of people have been. There have been a couple of previews already. This is the second full day of previews that I know about. I've avoided looking at anything online because I didn't want to know. I'm hedging my expectations. I don't really know what to expect. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to be life-changing for us as we come to EPCOT, but I think it will be a good addition, especially for kids, but we'll have to wait and see. So as we're walking that direction, I just mentioned that I hadn't seen any of the previews online or on YouTube. Have you looked at any?
I've seen like short little sections of it because I've been trying to stay away from it.
What are your expectations?
I'm hoping that because I know that it's some sensor stuff, so I'm hoping that the sensors are very, how do you call it? Like sensitive. I hope they're sensitive, so we don't have to really act to try to get things to interact with us.
You know, we're a little bitter because this EPCOT transformation has taken so long. It's been years in the making. So it's almost like all the buildup was for this. You know, in all fairness, I mean, you know, the pandemic did happen and the plans have changed 3 or 4 times, and so there's been a lot of obstacles in the way. But I don't know, was it worth it?
I don't know.
Okay, so through the Journey of Water, what were your thoughts?
You know, it was very interactive. I can see myself, if I had children, going and getting a Starbucks or a Joffrey's and hitting it up so that the kids could play, kind of get some energy out, especially during the hot times.
I think it was well done for what it was. It essentially was just a really high-priced water playground for kids.
Yeah.
It was entertaining, but it's not entertaining enough where I would repeat it probably very often as an adult.
Yeah.
Now, again, like you mentioned, with kids, I think it's probably a great way to cool down and you know, let them run around while you just kind of relax. The issue that I had, I figured that there would somehow be more shade. They could have done, you know, like the stretched cloth across the, you know, but there were a couple of places where you got a fair amount of shade in there. And then, you know, like you mentioned, if you chose to get wet, you could get wet. So there's that. But other than that, it's just like any other area in Disney. You're out in the bright sun and it's hot.
Yeah.
And if they don't limit capacity in there once it fully opens, it's going to be really crowded. And it's for the first little while, I don't think it's going to be that fun. All right, so now we're going to head off because my stomach is now doing the talking. We've got a lunch reservation at Cellier, so we'll meet you over there. So we just placed our order. Jen and I decided to split a steak and get a couple of different appetizers. So we had to have the cheddar cheese soup. I think that's kind of a must when you come here. We got the beef bourguignon poutine, which we had last time we were here. Really, really good. So hopefully that wasn't a fluke. Hopefully it's going to be just as good as it was last time. And then we're going to split a ribeye. All right, so we got the cheddar cheese soup. They split it into 2 bowls for us. So it looks like small portions, but this is 1 portion split. And then we also got our beef bourguignon poutine, which honestly smells fantastic.
That is just as good as I remember it.
You approve?
Yes, and like you can get this out at their booth most of the time, out at any of the like food and wine and stuff. This is like good.
All right, so we're here with friends, and he got the filet and mushroom risotto. This is the same thing Jen had last time. He also got the Brussels sprouts, which I think that we described, if I remember correctly, we described them as vegetable dessert.
Candy.
Yeah, vegetable candy. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. We got the ribeye. Underneath the ribeye is mashed potato, Yukon Gold potatoes. And then we got some mac and cheese, but it actually had had an accident. So we'll show you that in a minute. So I'm going to take a bite of the steak. I actually already cheated. I had a bite. It is very good, very tender. I'm kind of a steak snob because I cook steaks at home and I like the way that I cook them. But this is really, really, really good. And this was Gouda mac and cheese. I'm not as big a Gouda fan as Jennifer, so that's probably more her than me. But it's salty, and the steak is not overly salted, so it's actually a pretty decent balance. So, what do you think?
It was all great. I mean, like, someone needs to help me out of here. My favorite, the cheddar soup with the pretzel bread.
Really?
Still my favorite.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think still the best thing here is the cheddar cheese soup. And honestly, I like the poutine better than I like the steak. I mean, the steak was good. It's just a steak. You know, if you're gonna spend the money and come here, and it's like a, you know, this is your big meal, then yeah, go all out. But honestly, if you are coming here for a steak, I think that there may be better options. Glad we came again. It's been what, 2 years, year and a half, 2 years since we came. Okay, so that's gonna bring us to the end of our day. We came into the park, we rode Guardians of the Galaxy. We got Blondie.
We did.
Third best song. We got to do Moana, which was cute. And then we just had a fantastic meal with some friends over at Le Cellier. Great meal.
Great meal. I can't say anything better about that restaurant. Like,
yeah, it's
if you have the opportunity to make a reservation to eat there, please do so, whether even be for lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Bring your wallet.
Definitely bring your wallet.
Not cheap, but
Yeah.
it's good. One of the most popular restaurants in this park for as long as I've been coming here. But
Right.
just know, if you're coming to the park and you're going to sit down and have that meal for lunch and then do another 8 hours in the park, that's a lot of stomach room you're
That's
taking
like
up.
one of those ones though where you have that lunch early and then you go back to the hotel, you have a nap,
Right.
and then you get up
Yeah.
and you're game to go for the rest of the night.
You definitely need a nap, because I think that's kind of our plan now. We're
I
about to
know,
head
we're-
out. We're gonna head home and maybe take a nap. Guys, thank you as always for coming along with us. These are always fun, especially when we get to do these food reviews and seeing a new, we'll call it a new attraction today. So anytime we get to see anything new like that, that's awesome. Thank you for coming along. If never lost, then never found.
So go get lost.